This short video just gives you an introduction to the type of assessment qualifications that currently exist and the predecessors that have been available for people over time. Just an introduction, the current suite of qualifications we have been around since 2010, 2011. So the existing suite are out there at the moment. You may have heard them termed as TAPQA, you may have heard them termed as CARVA. There's lots of variations, there's lots of acronyms. The purpose of this little video is just explain to you what they mean and which ones are relevant to you. We've also got the endpoint assessment qualification that came out in 2018, which is the most current qualification, purely based around endpoint assessment. Previously, there were also prior assessor qualifications that were out before the current suite that we have now. That was the A1 award, which was the most recent before updated to the current suite. And prior to that was D32, D33 units, which were out of the learning and development units that were provided for assessors to complete their assessing qualification. So the existing suite of qualifications that we have now, at the moment, there's a range of assessing qualifications that assessors in all walks of life, working with different types of qualifications and non-accredited assessments, can use to become qualified assessors. So there's 3 awards and a certificate. Just going to take you through the awards to start you with. The Level 3 award in understanding the principles and practices of assessment. That's a knowledge-only based award that gives you an understanding of the theory behind assessment. It won't actually get you an assessing job because you wouldn't be qualified with the practical aspect, but it gives you a very good underpinning knowledge towards assessment and what assessment really is in the wider context. The next option you have is the Level 3 award in assessing competence in the work environment. This is based on 2 units, the theory unit, which you've just seen in the previous award, but also a unit that's based on workplace assessment. So you'd be assessing occupational competence in a work environment. So from there, you'd have to be out and able to access assessment activities within a workplace environment to complete the assessments required of you. The third award we have is the Level 3 award in assessing vocationally related achievement. And this again consists of the knowledge award, the knowledge unit, which comes for each of the awards. And this one has a unit based on assessing vocational skills, knowledge and understanding. So this is around assessment of any other area apart from the workplace. So you might be classroom based, you might be doing online courses, you might be doing short courses, you might be doing in-house qualifications or training programs. So anything that's not based where assessment takes place in the workplace. And finally, you have the Level 3 certificate in assessing vocational achievement. Currently, this is the biggest qualification we have in existence. It is made up of 3 units: the understanding of the principles and practices of assessment, which is the knowledge; the assessing occupational competence in the work environment, which is workplace assessment; and the assess vocational skills, knowledge and understanding, which is the assessment of anything around classroom-based or any learning process that's not in the workplace. Currently, if you're an apprenticeship assessor or have been on apprenticeship frameworks, that would be the qualification you would hold, and people out there will be taking this qualification depending on the types of assessment that they actually do. We've worked with a number of organisations over the years providing these qualifications successfully, and these are some of our clients that we have. And more recently, we've been approved to offer the endpoint assessment qualification, which is the Level 3 award in undertaking endpoint assessment. This is purely based on completing endpoint assessment as in the role as an endpoint assessor. And you'll see there, it's a Level 3 award in undertaking endpoint assessment. It's 1 unit made up of the principles and practices of endpoint assessment. So it gives you the underpinning knowledge, the theory behind endpoint assessment with some practical simulation in there, but a qualification that you can gain and then go towards an endpoint assessment organisation as a qualified assessor, able to apply for roles relevant to endpoint assessment that you're occupationally competent to carry out.